Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? This is DJ Sam coming to you with another episode of Letters to My Mother. First off, want to send my heartfelt condolences out to a part of my family, actually. My brother-in-law, Robert Steele, and my sister, Marion Steele, and his son and daughter-in-law, Bernie and Erica, on the loss of their son, Malik, a wonderful young man, very bright and inspiring. God called him home, so we're never going to question God. And I just want to send our condolences out to them and continue to express our thoughts and prayers for that part of my family. He's like a great nephew to me. I knew him ever since he was a little kid. But I'm here now, another episode of Letters to My Mother. This is an episode where you guys got to meet the little princess. Today you get to meet the big princess. And I want you all to know, this is her intro music right here. This is the way she rolls on her vlog and everything. She's an RN. She's also a dancer. She's done a little bit of everything. Modeling. She's done some acting under Homer Bryant. And she's my oldest daughter. She goes by Reloaded Reality Online. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Riyona Abraham. Hey, big princess.
Hello, YouTube world. I'm back.
Yeah, she's big time vlogger.
Yeah, I've
big
been on a little hiatus, but here I am.
She's been on a hiatus, but we dehiated her. So, ladies and gentlemen, at Nikita Vlogs and Stephanie and all of y'all out there, Riyona is back.
I'm back.
She's
For
back.
at least for this.
Yes.
Special.
So I'm very excited for her to be here. And like we always do, when I get somebody sitting in the chair, we're going to get right down to it and see what she can pull out of the box, the basket, for a letter to my mother.
Okay. Let's go with this one.
Okay.
Get my Vanna on.
Let's see what happened when I was in the Air Force and this letter was written.
This is dope stationery. All right,
Air
so
Force
there's
stationery.
2 letters.
2.
We got a 2-for-1er.
Those letters. Oh, not those letters, those letters.
Dolores.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yep.
I'm alive. That's good. Hi, Mom. And how are you and the rest of my humble family doing? I'm just fine and all in workable order now. I gained full use of my arm now.
I had gotten an inoculation that had set up an infection while I was in technical training school for the Air Force, and I had to be hospitalized. So that's what happened there.
Okay. I went in Monday and took my test over for my beret and passed it easily. Now I have 2 more tests to take before I leave.
Now let me tell you about that.
Okay.
So I had to take my test for my beret. A lot of people aren't aware of the fact of the matter, or they may be now because there are more military-based movies out and things like that. But in the Air Force, the law enforcement officers and security specialists, we were the only people who wore berets. We wore blue berets, like the Green Berets had green berets, and then there was a red beret that the Air Force Pararescue wore. All elite people or elite officers in the military, of any type of law enforcement officer or special ops or whatever, you wore a beret. But you had to earn it. You had to earn the beret. You just couldn't get it. It was something that you had to do as a process in order to earn and be able to wear that coveted beret.
Yeah. Like your stripes, right? Like
Yeah. But the beret was really important because we were the only people in the Air Force who had that cool piece of headgear.
Top tier.
You know what I'm saying?
You still got that beret?
No, Auntie Rachel has it.
Let me get that. That might be back in style now. Okay. I really enjoy school now because we learn so many new things and we do so many exercises on different police techniques. It's kind of getting into my blood now, so I really know that I'm enjoying it. And seeing that I only have 16 days of training left, I'm really happy. I'll be coming home on time if nothing happens, like them giving me air-based ground defense.
Now, air-based ground defense, ABGD school there was a selected group of people based on almost like a random draw it was, but the thing is that if you got selected for air base ground defense, law enforcement officers in the Air Force and civil engineers were back then the only people who were really combat trained and first line type warriors. We went in to help set up and build air bases, airstrips, so on and so forth, to protect the home bases that were set up in the whole 9 yards. So we had to be combat trained. And one of the things was you could go through combat training at the base you were assigned to, over the years, or extensive training through inspector general inspections and things like that, or right away they can make you part of the ABGD team and they can send you to Air Base Ground Defense Camp Bullish. You had to stay in Texas 5 more weeks and train in war games.
Which is the next sentence. That's another 5 weeks at Camp Bullish playing war games.
Yeah.
It's lit. At the moment, though, I'm exerting my total force and praying that I don't get ABGD. I know I could do it, but I don't think I could stand another 5 weeks at San Antonio, Texas.
It was hot down there. I ain't lying. Texas, I love y'all Texans. I do. I love San Antonio.
It's dry heat, too,
But
right?
it was, 1979 when I was there, going through technical training school. It was smoking. And we spent a lot of time out on asphalt parade grounds and tarmacs, parading and out in fields, practicing law enforcement techniques and doing exercises and so on and so forth. And I'm telling you, you got in shape, but you dropped a lot of weight just being in that. And I was dark. Much. I was dark when I came back. I was dark. Dark.
Sweating a lot.
Yeah, I was sweating and dark.
Well, there you go. That's a good weight loss plan.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I need to go back.
Stop. You're fine.
Get some of this ABGD off of me.
Oh, my goodness. But from the looks of things, I may just be staying here after all. I finally found Uncle John on one of the pictures, but I can't see him because of all that blue he is in.
Uncle John was dressed up like John Shaft. God rest his soul. He had those. It was a family picture or something they sent me. Uncle John was all blued out. And I was like, yo, where's he at?
He was all blued out.
This is a tribute to Uncle John.
I haven't taken the pictures yet, but I will. You just may not get them until I get home, though. I did, though, take the picture with my flight, and I ordered you one. I think you will like it. Flight.
Okay, now it's like an airline flight. In the Air Force, okay, you have like in the Army, you guys probably, people, but mostly hear reference on movies and things like that to battalions, squadrons, and units and things like that. Where in the Air Force, your squadron is what, where you're assigned to. Your flight is the unit you're assigned to in your squadron. So you can, like I was part of the 3345th Security Police Squadron, but I was in A flight. So you have flights, and you have squadrons, and then you have, then the 3345th was part of the full 1st Tactical Fighter Wing. That was our wing, because we were a base that had airplanes.
So many different
yeah.
I would have been like a mimosa flight. Yes, I am taking pictures with my flight.
She's like trying 4 different mimosas.
So stay sweet, Mom, and tell everyone I said hello, and I hope, underline, and pray that I will be seeing them soon. Love, Sam.
Yeah, I had been in Texas since June the 26th. And what date was that dated, Riyona? That was dated. Did I have a date on it? Yeah, I was ready to leave. I wasn't even dating letters then. I was
over it.
I was like ready to get out. It was like, I'm alive. Who cares about the date?
Stationary was enough.
Yeah, it's a time to get. But what's the second letter?
Okay, so the second one is on your Lackland Military Training Center stationary, which is the base in Texas.
Texas, we fly, we fight, we win. That's the motto of the Air Force. Fly,
in that order.
And win.
Period.
That's
okay. Hello, Mother. I hope you like your picture, and I hope everyone else does too. I want to know if you could send me at least 2 pairs of my blue jeans and all of my t-shirts, also my karate gi.
Now, I sent my mother, we took the flight picture, and the pictures, I had them sent directly to her. So the thing was that I wanted to make sure that she got a chance to see a picture of me and my military regalia with my flight. Everybody had we actually earned our berets, and then had an unauthorized exercise in the middle of the night, and one of our guys got hurt.
Oh no!
And they snatched him from us, and we had to walk around for a week with flights behind us that had their berets that were 2 and 3 weeks behind us, and we were about ready to graduate, and we were back in green friggin' baseball cap, fatigue hats.
Oh, geez.
And our flight chief, he made us an example. You know, he said, you know, you guys are really good, but you have no right doing that. And this dude got hurt, and he ended up getting washed back a week or whatever. But so
they made an example out of it.
Yeah, he did. So we were just, you know, I want her to see that picture because I wasn't sure if I was gonna leave with a beret.
You need that beret.
But my gi, I was studying martial arts when I left. And then when I got there, I was continuing to keep myself in martial arts shape. And I wanted my gi so that I could, you know, work out properly with the proper attire on. And I needed some real clothes because everybody was buying clothes from the PX, and we were all walking around there looking like the Stepford Wives, you know.
I don't like walking around here in the same clothes that everyone buys from the department store on base.
Yeah.
You want it to be different.
Yeah.
So if you could please send me these items so I can be a little bit more comfortable. I already have one pair of jeans and 2 t-shirts that I wore down here. So basically he was just trying to be a fashion statement.
No, I was not. I was just trying to be fashion
I
different.
don't want to dress like nobody else.
Hey, wait a minute. If you're in
With some
San
Chicago
Antonio,
flavor
Texas,
on
and
it.
everybody's got on picnic tablecloth patterned shirts and Lee jeans with a skull print in the back pocket. With the
I mean, I get it.
You know, I'm like,
feel
hey, I was from Chicago. I wanted to be
You
dressed
wanted to
like
put
Chicago.
some swag
And I
on it.
wanted my gi. I need that.
Ryan could relate more. I never did karate.
Yeah.
That was it. Thanks, Mom. Sam.
So,
I just want to point out right quick, my clothes, please, is on the outside of the envelope. So he was very serious about getting his clothes.
I was very
He
serious
did not
about
want
getting my clothes.
what was the department store called?
The BX, the base exchange.
The BX.
That's what we call it. They call it the base exchange.
Mm.
You got the base exchange or the commissary for food, the base exchange for clothing and stuff. And it's like a department store that has everything. But of course, they and I know that they're much better now. They're much better now than they were back then.
It still exists? The BX?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I can still go now. I can go on a
But it's
military
only
base.
for military, right?
Or retired military.
Oh, okay.
I can go on a military base. And they just opened it up to, because I could always shop online at the BX. But now, starting January 1st, they opened it up where now we as veterans can actually go onto a base and shop at the BX now.
Oh, that's nice.
So I plan to make a trip to one of my local military installations and just to go and take a nostalgic trip through a BX and to see how much it's changed. I'm sure it's more like a Target now. Yeah.
I'm going Target.
It's more like a Target. So, but Ree, so let me ask you this, because you're the oldest granddaughter, and believe it or not, now you're an RN.
Yes.
Give the people a little background on your RN.
Yeah, I've been an RN for 5 years now. This past November 2019. I am a neonatal ICU nurse, so I care for.
Where?
Oh, at Rush University Medical Center, the way medicine should be. I take care of premature babies, so babies that are born too early go to my unit. Some babies are born full term, but majority of our kids have respiratory disorders. So I've seen a bunch of different things: respiratory disorders, cardiac issues, kids that just need phototherapy for jaundice, kids that just don't know how to eat because there's a lot to learn when you're a baby. But I love it. We're a level 3 NICU that's basically almost as high as you can go. And I absolutely love my job. I love my families. I love my kids. So I'll only work with babies, no adults.
You see how I sit back like a proud father. Very proud. Very proud. Because I was with her when, and this is all part of my mother's legacy, believe it or not, because believe it or not, your grandmother was a nurse's assistant and worked for years at a nursing home which was a very upscale nursing home at the time, Augustana Nursing Home, located on 76 in Stony Island, and right up the street from where we lived. And it was a really upscale nursing home. She was a nursing assistant there, and she used to, lead and go to work every day, dressed in all whites and so on and so forth. And I don't think I've ever told you that.
No.
She had sort of like a nursing background, so she was working with turning patients over and
Yeah.
feeding them and so
Yeah.
on and so forth. Yeah, she did. She worked there for quite some time, and it was really cool because I used to love watching my mother get up and walk out in that white suit and the white shoes and the white stockings. It's the old school.
I was gonna say that's very throwback
Yeah,
nursing.
very, very throwback.
Shout out to Florence, the first nurse. So.
And to have a daughter that's a nurse now, and I was saying in episodes before with your cousin and your sister and son, you all are so talented. Riyona's a dancer also. She's been in, like I said, numerous productions when she was young, especially.
Yeah. Not so much when I'm older now.
Yeah, she was in numerous big, huge stage productions as a dancer, and now she does her reality vlog. So give them a background on.
I basically started a vlog, and it documents my travels, things around the city.
She travels a lot. She's on her way to Bali.
Yeah, I leave
in a
for
week.
Bali on Monday. So I just wanted to be. I have my phone out, taking pictures or videos. So I was just like, if I can do it there, for like a Snapchat or an Instagram, I can actually make videos. And YouTube is a really great place to archive these things. So I did. I started it just as a small thing, thought it was going to be like this massive, huge thing. People think you get like really famous on YouTube very quickly, but it turned into like a really good passion project that I actually need to get back to. Full disclosure, I've stopped for a while, but I think I'm back to where I want to be to start filming again.
It's an excellent vlog.
Yeah, people keep asking me when I'm coming back, so maybe this is the first video to get me back.
This is one of those crossover events like you see on TV.
Yes,
it's a crossover event
like
from
SVU and Chicago.
Yeah,
PD.
From Letters to My Mother to Reload to Reality. It's a crossover.
I'm Olivia Benson.
Yes. So let me ask you this before we go, Ree.
Okay.
Is there anything about your grandmother that you've wondered about or anything you heard about her? I know I had you in Rapture a couple of months ago.
Yes. Oh my gosh. There were stories that I was just like, tell me more. I just always hear that she was such like a dope storyteller.
Yeah.
And I feel like I know a decent amount of history about the family, but there's a lot of stuff that I don't know. I don't know if it's just because we don't talk about it as much or maybe I never asked, but yeah, like her storytelling abilities.
Nobody told a story like your grandmother.
And
I
wish I was able to meet her in order to just
have
hear
her
those
tell a
stories,
story. Yeah, I'm telling this. Now I have to tell you, this is honest to goodness truth. My mother used to tell us stories about her childhood, and some of the stories that they told bordered on the supernatural and things like that. Them being from Ponchatoula, Louisiana, and a lot of beliefs and voodoo and things like that, and things and experiences that had happened in their family that she would tell with such conviction. It got to the point that my male friends we'd be playing ball, and instead of, after we got finished, she got tired, guys saying, well, I'm going home to eat, or they'd be like, yo, let's go to your house and get your mom to tell us some stories.
See?
And they would come and they'd congregate on the steps, and my mother would sit there and she would tell us these stories about the family and things that had happened and supernatural occurrences and so on and so forth. And it's really something. And my mother was really just in tune with nature and the Lord, and in such a way that she saw things before they even happened. So that's very true about your grandmother.
I mean,
very,
and
very
I feel
true.
like we love our ghost stories and stuff like that. So it's also, I had no idea that we were from Louisiana. So that's dope too, because your girl loves New Orleans.
Yes, she does. She's driven there. Just get there through the night. Had to get to New Orleans. Drove through the night.
It's all coming together. It's all making sense. So I think just her storytelling ability. But other than that, I mean, there's so many great things, and it's nice that you and all my aunties are able to keep her legacy alive, and then me and my cousins as well. We got to keep that going for their kids, and I don't have no kids, so maybe in the future, but you all
are doing a great job.
Yeah, keeping it alive, staying close. I think that's something that I feel like she would have wanted for us to stay close and keep faith in each other, keep our faith strong, with the Lord, and just be good people. She was just a good person.
She was a very good person, and there's something about her and all of them that shines. Like Riyona happens to have an amazing bit of wit quick one-liners, a witty ability, and so on and so forth. She's very spontaneous at times, and my mom was like that. It was funny, you know. It was a bunch of fun. So give them some information on how they can follow you on your vlog, and we're gonna get out of here.
Okay, so on YouTube, it's just Reloaded Reality. Reality has 2 E's, REEALITY. And then Instagram, Reloaded Re. Re has 2 E's in it. That's the same thing for Twitter as well. So check me out or whatever.
Excellent. So, and she always says that Lerv. That's her thing. Look, thank you for coming, my big princess. This is the big princess right here. This is my number one. This is my number one ace right here. This is my baby right here. And I thank you all for always tuning in and sharing and commenting. I really want you all to comment. I want to know what you think.
Comments are huge. Make sure you comment.
I want to know what you think, you know. Subscribe if you choose. If not, just every once in a while click on and check a letter out, because I just really, this is very therapeutic for me, therapeutic for the family, and like she says, it's bringing us closer together. It's revealing a lot for the youth that didn't get a chance to meet their grandmother like her, and it's giving me a chance to share my mother, my family, and friends with you. So I love you so much. Remember, she is the one. Reloaded Reality. And where's she at?
Make sure you guys always leave time to relax and reload.
Relax and reload. And you know, as I say, God bless, much success in Jesus' name. Yeah.